Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. This is Kathryn. We seem to have a complication with our music today. So I see the board is already lighting up. If you'll give us a moment, I believe Ellen will come on and introduce herself. Ellen?
Yes, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today on Channel Panel with God and Guests. My name is Ellen Scobie, and I'll be the co-host of today's show with Dr. Kathryn May. So let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Kathryn, if you're not already familiar with her work. She has been a clinical psychologist for over 30 years. Dr. Kathryn is the author of the book, Who Needs Light? She is a renowned workshop leader and conducts workshops regularly throughout the U.S. Her next one's going to be in New York City on March 16th, so you can find out more details on her website at whoneedslight.org. You can also find her daily channels, her messages, and on her blog, on her website, and you're able to purchase her book directly from the site also. So I would like to remind all the callers to call your questions in. Dr. Kathryn will be channeling with Mother, Father, God, and Saint Germain today. The call-in number is 760-683-2637. I know that Saint Germain and Mother, Father, God are looking really forward to taking any questions that you might have, so it's a really good opportunity to ask your questions, so please do call in. So before we get started with today's show, I'd like to introduce you to Dr. Kathryn. Hello, Dr. Kathryn.
Hi, Ellen. Today I have been told that we will have a visit from Mother, Father, God, and also Saint Germain. I believe that Mother, Father, God would like to go first, but sometimes they change their minds. We'll see. So without further ado, I will move aside and let them speak. So the next voice you hear will be Mother, Father, God. And I believe Ellen will be taking calls while I am doing the channeling with Mother, Father, God. So if you have questions, call in during the channeling, and Ellen will speak with you. So thanks, Ellen.
Thank you, Dr. Kathryn. So the next voice that you will hear will be from Mother, Father, God.
Hello, my children. We are so excited to be here with you today. This is a wonderful medium where we are able to speak with so many of you. I know that the numbers are growing. Our audience is increasing every week, and that is so exciting to us. We're delighted to be able to talk with you directly as well. So the more of you who listen during the show and call in, the better it is for us. We're happy to teach our new, what we're calling the true way, our new approach to helping all of you break free from the old bounds of religion, of ideas that have been afloat in your culture for centuries. And, of course, I use the term new. There is nothing new about our approach to life, to understanding. The new way of which we speak is just the philosophy we've always held, which is based on love, compassion, forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. But what we do want to get across to you in these conversations is the way we feel about you. We've gotten a bad rap over the years. Many religions talk about God as if it's an angry man in the sky who hands out punishments and rewards. That is not at all the way it works with us. As you may have read on our messages or heard in other radio shows, if you've tuned in, we are not punitive. We are not judgmental. We have a contract with you, those of you who come to Gaia to live out a life here. Our contract is that you have free will. That means we do not interfere. You have a contract to come here and learn lessons, to interact with the people you've known as soul brothers and sisters, and while we watch on and encourage and cheer you on, we do not intervene in your life, unless you should ask us. And sometimes, if you call out to us in prayer, if you talk with us, there may be situations where we can help, where we can send one of your soul guides, we can send a master to help you. And that may happen fairly frequently. Angels are especially helpful and available at any time. So when you do call for help, chances are you will get it. But we will not intervene to either carry out some sort of karma punishment, as you sometimes call it, or to create difficulties for you in your life. Not at all. Whatever challenges and obstacles you may encounter in your life are things that you have created for yourselves. You may have created it before you came here. You may have decided you wanted to live a life as a black gay woman in the United States during a time when there was prejudice and difficulty, so that you could learn strength and resilience. You may have decided to come and have several children, and of course you've already made the agreements before you came here, who those children would be. And those children have their own contracts as well with us and with you. So when you come here, you pass through the veil of forgetfulness, which means that you don't remember what contracts you made before you came here. That makes it an even harder challenge. So many people become lost in the misunderstanding and the feelings of being here alone and in difficulty. And you may feel alone and isolated, but the truth is that just beyond the veil, we're here. We're all here. Your greater soul is here to consult with you. Your masters, your guides are eager to communicate with you. Those of you who are able to set aside the thinking process and go to your heart and reach out across the veil, and you will find us. We are always here, and we're always eager to hear from you. Things have been very difficult on planet Earth. We're aware of that. We know that you have a very difficult life here, and we honor you for that. We know it takes courage to decide to come here in the first place. And it especially takes courage to take on the difficult kinds of lives that you have decided to take part in. So we want you to know we honor your efforts. We love you unconditionally. And we look at you very differently from what the usual church or religious teachings may have encouraged you to believe. We see your progress, we see your struggles, and we admire your courage. Planet Earth, Gaia, is known throughout the universe as boot camp, one of the most difficult places to learn lessons for souls, one of the most challenging experiences you can have as a soul. For two reasons: because of the three-dimensional experience that you have been through up until recently. The three-dimensional experience, as we see it, is heaviness, material experience in a very deep and profound way. And the opportunity to experience emotion in a very direct and expansive way. So all of you, whether you realize it or not, have made the leap into this daring experience to live a life on Gaia, which is very beautiful, known as one of the most beautiful places in the universe, which of course is some compensation to the difficulties that you experience here. The other part of the difficulty is the fact that you do have free will, and that means you have very little guidance. So you're thrown into this difficult, harsh environment, heavy, demanding. To some of you, it may feel as though you can't quite get comfortable in your bodies, or you're not used to this intensity. That's because when you come home to us between lives, there is unconditional love and light and nothing else available to you. We welcome you with open arms. We adore you. You are always treated with respect. So there is a difference when you come to planet Earth. You face cruelty, you face ignorance, but those same people who may be cruel and seem ignorant now while they're here on Gaia in a body are actually souls who have lived with us as well. They know unconditional love. They've just forgotten it. It's fairly common these days for people to forget where they came from, what they're capable of, and get caught up in the beliefs and the challenges and the rat race, as you call it, to make more money, to be popular, to build a pot of gold so that when you retire you'll be able to live 400 years in luxury. We chuckle when we see those values. They're fairly new on planet Earth. Of course, the invention of money has created that problem. But there are those now, especially those of you who are listening, who are waking up, who are realizing maybe that's not what we really need to do. Maybe that's not what's really important. What's really important are the relationships, the knowledge that you can gain, and the experience of being a human being among other human beings, learning empathy, learning kindness. We encourage you, continue that path, learning kindness, compassion, and forgiveness. There are plenty of opportunities to learn forgiveness in your lifetimes. That's one of the great challenges on Gaia. Now that we've passed the date of December 21st that you all set together as the goal for the time that you would elevate together, now that we've passed that time and are on the backside of that challenge, there continues to be a flood of unconditional love coming to you from us, and energy from the sun that will help to elevate you. So your lessons will continue, but now it's of a different sort. Now you're being asked to clear away all the old, heavy energy, the depression, the resentment, the sad feelings. You're being asked to clear those away to make room for enlightenment, literally, to become lighter. Mother Gaia has already ascended. She is elevating in her own energy. She is rising to higher dimensions. Breathe and you'll feel it. You'll know in your bones and in your heart that the energy around you has changed. It's lighter, brighter, more hopeful. Ride that wave, dear ones. Ride it. Breathe in that energy. And you too will continue to elevate along with Mother Gaia, as you have agreed to do, all of you. You made an unusual contract, new in the universe. You've seen how other planets have accomplished their elevation to higher dimensions. Yes, you're not alone. But you've also seen that it would be a far more powerful, united experience if you all do it together. And so, dear ones, your contract with us and with each other is that you will all raise your level of consciousness together. Those of you who are listening are the masters, the guides and helpers for the people around you. Be aware. You must eliminate all prejudice, all racial prejudices, all preconceived ideas about who people are based on what they look like or how they seem to you, and understand they are your brothers and sisters. They are here to accomplish the same contract that you came here to achieve, which is to raise your consciousness together as a group. Every single soul, every single human being has agreed to this contract, that you will raise your consciousness together, and together you will achieve a glorious accomplishment, which has never been accomplished before in the history of the universe. So you see why we admire you so. You see why we understand how difficult your project here is. This is your contract with us, and we honor you for it. We celebrate your courage and your strength and your creativity. The world is watching. The universe is watching. The entire firmament knows of this contract that you've made and this very ambitious project you've taken on. Already, as of the turning point of December 21st, already you have raised your consciousness level into the fourth dimension. Some of you are aware of that. some are still going on with your lives as if nothing had changed, but it's not true. If you stop to breathe and look around you, you will see things are different. Yes, there may be difficulties in the world still. There may be people, the dark ones, who are coming out to do their evil deeds because that is their conviction, that it's their time to try to take power away from the light and to bring darkness to planet Earth. But they have not succeeded. Their power is diminishing, and you have triumphed, dear ones. You have triumphed. You may not realize it as you drive your car down the same street, as you watch the evening news, but that's only a tiny superficial part of what's really happening on the planet. Notice how many people smile at you now. Notice the opportunities you have to be of service to others. The environment is opening. The energy is opening. There will be opportunities for you to shine brilliantly. Do not be shy. Speak of our talk here. Tell others and encourage them to lift their energy as well. We hope that you will return every week to talk with us. We hope that you have questions. And now I believe that Saint Germain will have something to say to you. So I'm going to turn over the floor now. We're happy to have spoken with you, dear ones. We call ourselves Mother, Father, God, because we are not that man in the sky. We are both male and female. We come to you as a united voice. So know that we love you with all our hearts. And maybe sometime, if you'd like, we can describe to you how we experience being both mother and father together. For now, we bid you the best. We send you unconditional love. Till next time.
Oh, this is Ellen. Thank you so very much, Mother, Father, God. That was beautiful. And now Saint Germain would like to speak with us, so the next voice that we will be hearing is Saint Germain.
Ah, yes, children. Hello, hello. Oh, this is so wonderful. It is such an exciting time on planet Earth. That was a lovely message from Mother, Father, God. I hope you felt their deep love and wisdom, their concern for all of you. We are very much in communication here in the higher dimensions. There is no separation. We are embraced, supported, encouraged every moment. We have each other. We have Mother, Father, God. We have unconditional love. And when you finish this lifetime and come back home to us, you will have it too. You will experience it too. Now let me give you a little preview of coming attractions. I have given messages to our channel, Kathryn, over past weeks about the Nasara Fund, as it's called. It is a large pot of gold, you might say, that I helped to establish when I was there on planet Earth in a body. I traveled the world. I collected the wealth, as I told many of you last week. And now, because of the elevation of your consciousness, because of the great shift that has happened during and after that momentous date that you set, the December 21st, it was not one day that was important. It was a shift in the energy coming to the planet. And many of you responded by experiencing great love in your hearts, a move toward empathy and compassion, and toward service to others. What an outpouring there was during the emergencies on planet Earth, during the floods and storms. What an outpouring of love. It was unfortunate there was such destruction, but at the same time, I wish you could have seen the light that emanates from planet Earth since that time. Many of you have taken on new projects, new ambitions to be of service to others. There are organizations growing, groups of people gathering together to do such good work, to help those in need, to support and encourage some people with hammers and tools, some people by being listeners, some by bringing food. Everyone helping. It has created such light and hope, an enthusiastic sense of brotherhood on Gaia. It has now made it possible for us to bring these funds that have been waiting, growing, accumulating, and they will be dispersed. You may have heard in the news, although it hasn't been publicized greatly, that there are 2 places in Japan that have just received a mysterious gift of gold bars. Those gold bars came from our fund, dear ones. They were sent as a gesture of hope and compassion, and also, I might acknowledge, as a bit of a publicity stunt, to let people know that we are here and that we are going to help. The gold bars that were sent were to the man who is in charge of the rebuilding of the docks and the piers in the town that was wiped out by the tsunami. And the nuclear explosion, of course, has taken a terrible toll there. Another gift went to some people who are helping to rebuild, because there are 40,000 people whose homes were destroyed. They are still rebuilding. They're helping each other, and you should see the light coming from that town. So we sent our little gift to them. It will help them to rebuild. And we were delighted with their response. They said, their first reaction was, we will spend this money very carefully. It made our hearts sing to see these kind and generous people helping each other, rebuilding, and their gratitude was much appreciated and celebrated here. So that's the beginning. We are going to do more. You will be seeing well, we won't make it quite such a publicity stunt when we do it with other places. We'll simply find a way to send funds to those organizations, those people that we can see are the masters, the helpers. You see, it's easy for us. We don't need an application, a grant application to review. We know who the helpers are. We see your light. It's easy for us to know who the workers are, who the light workers are, who want to help, who will be there when there's an emergency, who will generously give of their time, their energy, and yes, funds to help others. We look forward to the new golden age. And the new golden age will be moved along by this process of dispensing funds because it will allow for people to understand that they will not feel want, that they will be surrounded by abundance, so there's no need to fear. You have been taught to fear. You've been taught to fear that you won't have enough, that you will be alone, that you will be left helpless. It hasn't been true for many, many years. Nevertheless, people are still in fear. So we ask you, look around, notice the abundance. Notice that there is no need to fear. And be one of those who helps out. Be one of those who is able and willing to turn to your neighbor and say, what can I do to help? It will warm your heart. It will elevate your soul. And it will carry you to wonderful heights along your path of ascension. And now, I'm going to say namaste and turn the line over to our dear Ellen, who I believe will have some people to ask questions.
Yes, thank you, Saint Germain, so very much. We're just going to take a very quick break, and we'll come back with our first caller. Thank you. Yes, hi, this is Ellen, and we're back. We have our first question coming from Kevin. He's in New Mexico. Kevin, can you hear me?
And yes, I can.
Great, go ahead. And who would you like to ask your question to?
Either or whoever wants to come and give me the message first.
All right, go ahead with your question.
Okay, I just want to know if there's any messages they want to give me to help me right now.
Hello, dear Kevin. This is Mother, Father, God. Let us ask you. You must have had a reason for calling today. You must have felt something in your heart while we were talking. It must have raised a specific question for you. Is there something you especially need?
Yes, I do.
Now, we are aware that this is a public forum and sometimes it's difficult for people to ask, but you are among friends, and we, as we told you before, we don't intervene, we don't give advice, but we will encourage you. We will support you. If you would like to ask a specific question, it will be helpful for the others who are listening as well, because I'm certain that whatever it is you have to ask, there are other people wondering the same thing.
So my specific question is, what is my sole purpose on earth as of right now? Like, I'm kind of lost of where to go. There's so many, I guess, routes I can take, but I feel just stuck.
It's so interesting, Kevin. Every week, someone asks this same question. It is a very common concern for all of you right now. And what we will tell you is that whatever you feel in your heart, whatever impulse you have to take action, whatever path you take, it is the path of your soul development. Whatever choices you make, they will eventually turn out to be the ones you needed in order to learn something special, in order to evolve as a soul. The easiest way to take hold when you're feeling lost is to simply open your door, go out into the world, and do something to be of service to another person. Because truly, the reason all of you came here is to learn to be of service to others, is to learn unconditional love and creativity. And there is no perfect way to do that. You have special skills and abilities, some of which you're fairly aware. Those skills and abilities are unique. Those are your tools. And as we said last week, where your foot is, that's your path. So your sole purpose is to learn to be unconditionally loving. And you, Kevin, must start by learning to be unconditionally loving toward yourself. That will help you to strengthen your sense of purpose. You're feeling lost because you don't appreciate your own skills. You don't understand the depth of your talents. Reach deep into your heart. You have strength, you have intelligence, and you have will. And those are the only qualities you need to go out into the world and build something. It doesn't matter where you start. Just begin. Does that help you?
Yes, it does. I'm kind of shooken up right now, so I don't know.
By what we've said to you?
Yeah, I guess.
Or by something that happened to you?
I guess by what you said about loving more myself.
Yes.
I'm very self-critical about myself.
And that puts you in a terrible place, Kevin. It's not that you're lost. It's that you're going around in circles, condemning yourself. You're not enough. You haven't done enough. You should know. You should be better at this. That's not fair. Everyone comes through some very difficult times in childhood, as you have. You may have had the wind knocked out of you. But as you pick yourself up and brush yourself off, you must pat yourself on the back, give a nod to us, that you recognize that we're here, that we're cheering you on, that we know how you've felt. And as you take your first steps on your path to something new, know that we are there to support you. Know that we cheer you on. So be loving.
Right.
Be kind.
I'll start doing that.
Okay. Thank you for calling, Kevin. All right.
Well, thank you so much. This is Ellen, and that was great. We have several callers on the phone, but we had an email come in from Joseph. He's from Ohio, and he is asking the question: as far as can you speak? And this is directed to Mother, Father, God. Can you speak about reincarnation and remind us about when and why we fell into darkness and why we have to keep coming back to evolve in this spiritual journey?
Oh, my. Thank you, Ellen. That is a very profound question and very useful one. There are several parts to that question that reveal the kind of thinking that we wish to help you with. You said, why do we have to keep coming back? Why is it so dark? Well, your contract with us as souls is that you will evolve, because that is what you wish for. Every soul has the desire, the drive, the will to rise up, to step up the ladder of ascension. And there are many, many steps on that ladder. In your experience as a soul, you encounter enlightened beings, our helpers, the masters, the teachers, who are highly evolved, who have climbed the ladder, who are there with us as one. When a soul is born, you experience all of that. You see the entire system that we have created for you. You see that there is the ladder of ascension, and that with every step up that ladder is a glorious triumph, an individual triumph and a triumph for the whole. We are one, and you are also individuals. We honor your individuality, and we encourage you. As you're on your path of ascension, you choose the experiences you will have. We don't send anyone back. The choice is yours. When you see that there's another step you want to take, you see the light, you see the opportunity, you see yourself growing, you see your courage building, then you come to us and say, or you talk to your guides and you say, I'm ready now. I want to go back to planet Earth. I want to experience it again. I want to do better this time. I want to learn something new. And you choose. I see in myself that sometimes I have trouble being independent and being strong. I want a life that will test me, that will encourage me to rely on my own strengths, that will challenge me, maybe even knock me down so that I have to get up and rely on my strength. It's not what you think, children. You're not being punished. You're not being tested. You are signing up for the advanced course. And when you do it with hope in your hearts and with the consultation of your guides and helpers who never give you a challenge that they believe you cannot overcome. And in the process of overcoming the challenges you meet here, you are brilliantly stronger after each lifetime. So there are people who keep coming back time after time, many of you. When you have a special attachment to Gaia, when it has been your birth planet, many of you will come back hundreds of times, over thousands of years, each time with a different life, a different body, and a challenge, a greater challenge each time. One of the things that's happened recently, because of this plan for Gaia to ascend, we honor Gaia's wishes as well. Gaia wanted to ascend. It was her time. She has done her courageous work. She has provided for you abundantly for thousands of years, millions of years. It was her turn to ascend. And we all agree to it. But in the process of Gaia ascending, it means that you too must ascend in order to stay with her. This is a phenomenal challenge. And in order to accomplish this, many of you have come this time and taken on very complex, very difficult lives. Many different challenges that will occur during your lifetime, whether it be illness or financial issues or troubles with children or a chaotic political system. All of those things play into the difficulties. Even the weather challenges. All of that was taken into account before you came here. And before you leave the higher dimensions to join with the infant that will be your identity in this lifetime, you come sometimes with trepidation, but always with hope. So do not think ever that the difficulties you encounter in your life are some kind of karma that means punishment. Not at all. You have chosen this life. And let us tell you a little more about manifesting your life. As the energies have risen on the planet, all of you are experiencing things are happening faster. If you have a dream to create something wonderful, it will come faster. If you feel depressed and angry, it will come faster. If you imagine bad things happening, they will happen faster. So let me just finish this little message in response to Joseph with the reminder. You create your lives. As you think, so shall your life be. As you dream, so shall your life be. If you think negative thoughts, you will bring negative experiences into your life. If you hear yourself saying, "Oh, I know this is going to be a bad day," well, you can be sure that it will be. Because whatever happens, that's how you will interpret it. If you say to yourself, "I'm glad to be alive. This opportunity to be here now at this fabulously exciting time, historic time on planet Earth. It's magnificent to be here. No matter what's happening. Even if I do have an aching back, it's worth it." Then your lives will be thrilling. I hope I've answered Joseph's question.
Thank you, Mother, Father, God. That was beautiful. Thank you very much. Well, I think we're getting to the end of another hour, so we have really no more time for questions. We will be back next week live at 3 p.m., so hopefully you'll all join us again, and please bring your questions with you. So I just want to thank you all for joining us today on Channel Panel with Dr. Kathryn May. It was really another wonderful hour that we shared together. We've kind of been new at this for the last couple of months, so we appreciate all the people that have been calling in and listening. We know you're there, and we thank you so very much. Great questions. Thank you so much to Dr. Kathryn, Mother, Father, God, and St. Germain especially. Remember to follow Dr. Kathryn on her website at whoneedslight.org. You'll find all the information that you need on that website. And I want to say have a wonderful day to everybody, and we'll see you next week. And Dr. Kathryn, would you like to say
Sure.
hello?
Yes. I would like to let people know that I'm doing the workshops in visual centering. Now, visual centering is a technique that goes along with psychotherapy. It's not a psychotherapy technique itself, but it is one that, for people who have done a lot of work and who are really aware and moving in their path, along their path, it can be very effective in helping to center and balance and be in a place inside your brain where you experience the world differently, where you literally rework the channels in your brain to bring you up to date so that you can experience life, as they say, in the moment. So I have posted videos on YouTube. There's one. The first one is a video that I made to introduce visual centering. I hope that people will go there and watch the video to learn what it's about. I invite anyone who has an MRI scan to contact me, and we will do a research project to show how visual centering works. I have been told recently by Mother, Father, God that the visual centering work is based on an ancient tradition, and that it is basically the brain version of Qigong, which is like the ancient tradition in China, which was based on the martial arts, but it is a way of balancing and healing. So Qigong for your brain is called visual centering. So I hope that people will go there and watch the video. Try experiencing it yourself. And then there are also videos of me working with volunteers who agreed to let their videos be posted so that you can learn more. If you have questions, like I do Skype sessions, I welcome anyone who has questions about it to contact me. And there's also a button on my website that says email me. You can do that. Or also on the website is a large lavender button, stands for Saint Germain, that says Ask Saint Germain. So if you'd like to send in a question, an email question, click on that, Ask Saint Germain, and send us your question, as Joseph did today, and we will answer your question on the air. But we love to have you call in person. It was delightful to talk with those of you who called in today. So I know that Mother, Father, God really, really like talking with people in person, as does Saint Germain. So thank you for being with us, and we will see you again next week, same time. If you'd like to tell your friends about our program, there will be an archive of this show and of all the other shows, so you can listen to them later. And for now, namaste.